What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD10 back in here on PlayStation Source with, of course, the return of Save Slot Podcast, episode 8. I know a lot. Listen, guys, I saw the comments. All right, I know y'all were very, very upset that we missed last week, but we're back at it again. With, of course, to my very far on the left, the homie Taj. Taj, how you doing? Mid chew on the pizza. My bad. Yo, I didn't realize it, bro.
All right. I'm great.
All good? All good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then straight over to my immediate left, we have the homies, Brent and Jamal. How we doing?
What's up, guys? What's up? Jamal. That's Brent. Taj didn't say where they can find him, but I'm going to throw out where you can find us, and then we'll just jump back over to him.
That's a very fair point.
You can find us GameSpeak Podcast. You know, we put out a weekly podcast where we talk about all games, not just PlayStation. But you know, this is where you get the PlayStation fix. But anyways, you can find us over there, or like on our website at createforsanity.com. We're on YouTube where we got our video podcast, and then you know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, everywhere. You know, so find us.
And of course,
listen
links
to it.
And of course, links in the description for everyone here on the panel. So, Taj, where can the people find you?
You can find me over on YouTube, youtube.com/Tajae. Type in Taj in the search bar, type in The Last of Us, or you can go on Twitter and type in @Tajae Moment, and I should pop up. And yeah.
You know what, Taj? I'm gonna start with you actually. What games or game have you've been playing this week?
I've actually been,
or I guess the last 2 weeks. I guess the last 2 weeks. I guess.
Last 2 weeks, okay, of course. Played The Last of Us again. That's a no-brainer. I've been playing Infamous Second Son for the past couple of days, and it's honestly, the game aged very well.
It's good.
Like
it's a good game.
Like it's very. I never understood how much Infamous was slept on because I wasn't really into the gaming community online back in the day, like I said. So I thought everybody thought Infamous was great. I thought it was just a banging hit, and I found out that not a lot of people really played Infamous.
Not a lot of people played it, and I feel like a lot of people are very critical about it. They started on
Second Son.
Yeah.
And I feel like Second Son doesn't do the series justice.
100%. For me,
I think Second Son's my favorite out of the bunch.
Really?
I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just really enjoy like the different powers you get in Second Son, and like how it, like just when it starts getting stale, they like throw in a new power, and you're like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, and there's a big skill tree for each. Yeah, I can see.
Let me rephrase that. I like the gameplay of Second Son more
facts.
than the other Infamous games.
Facts.
Maybe the story isn't as tight, and the main character, it's kind of an offshoot story, but it's like, I don't know. I really like the gameplay of it a lot.
They made my boy Cole McGrath die in vain. I mean, well,
yeah.
That's spoiler, yeah.
I mean,
I don't think at this point.
Yeah,
really
if you haven't
spoilers,
played
whatever.
Infamous at this point, it's your fault. Like
Infamous 2 is great. I think Infamous 2 is my favorite.
I was actually about to,
Yeah.
I have my PS3 still. I kid you not, today I was thinking about buying them, like the collection for $15.
Oh, bro,
That's a
absolutely.
bet.
Oh, dude,
dude,
that's well
that's
worth
a lot
it.
of game for $15.
That is a lot of game.
Like,
It's well worth it.
like-
A lot of good game too. Absolutely.
yeah.
Brent,
Great game.
what is 2 Point Hospital? You wrote it here on the doc. I want to know your thoughts on this.
So okay, it's weird. It's kind of like The Sims, but like you own a hospital. It's kind of like Zoo Tycoon actually, because it's like a money management thing. Like you're trying to but you build the hospital up, and you got to build it in the right way so your patients come. And like if your patients start dying, then you like lose reputation, and you like it's basically just a hospital building simulator, but it's not like serious. It's like kind of goofy. I don't know. It's really funny and fun, and it's kind of just like a simple little playing around game. Like, you know, it's one of those games like you just sit down with if you only got like an hour or two and don't have much time to play. You know, I've been kind of just going off on that one lately. It's fun though.
I see. Is it on PS4 or is it on like?
Yeah, it's on PS4. It's on everything technically, but
Gotcha. Love to see it. Jamal, you put.
I love hearing what this guy has to play. I look forward to hearing what this guy.
Oh, absolutely. He just
because
I appreciate it. I always try to bring y'all a little something different every week.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like
whenever we go through this, I'm gonna be honest, not to like diss any of y'all, but I literally listen the most to this guy right here. Like
just me and Brent, just straight trash.
Look, I'm gonna be real.
Straight trash. Look at that.
Yeah, y'all are trash. No, I'm just
Jesus.
kidding. No,
I've accepted it,
Wild.
Nah.
Wild.
Okay, so my issue here last week, we didn't record, the episode, and like the day after, I basically contracted COVID-19. I didn't actually get it, but
the government just bust through the ceiling.
it was basically it. I thought I had it. I was like dying, dude. I was in my bed, like I couldn't leave my bed for like an entire day, and like sound hurt. Like, have you ever been that like sick where like sound hurts?
Is it like a
like
migraine or like a little bit different than like a migraine?
No, it was like a fever. It was like my body was like aching. Like I had the flu basically.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, it was bad. Temperature way up. Anyways, so I was out of it. And so I was like, okay, once I get better, I'm not taking life for granted anymore. I'm gonna play me a good ass game.
Okay.
And so
okay. Okay.
So once I came out of it, because I couldn't watch anything, I couldn't play anything. So last week was just null and void. Nothing happened. So this week I jumped back into The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay. Like I gave up on this game halfway through. I'm a huge Zelda fan. All right. I got the Master Sword and the Triforce tattooed on my back. Like I wear it with pride. You know what I'm saying? So like it was weird for this game not to resonate with me. And so I went back and gave it another shot. And I ended up dropping like 20 hours into this game. It's got to be like 15 to 20 hours. Like I went ham, dude. And like, it became so magical to me. Like once I got the Master Sword, like the whole thing about the weapons, like having durability and like breaking, I got over it, because once you get the Master Sword, after it breaks, you wait like 10 minutes and it comes back. So like you get to keep it, through the whole game. And like I was just going out, like I don't know if any of you have played it, but like you gotta like you just go out into this giant open world and just discover shit, like just things you can't even imagine. Like it's like if you took Skyrim or Fallout and like just made it even more open. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain it, but there's so much magical mystery to it. And I'm playing through the whole thing. I think I'm pretty close to finishing the story, but there's so many side quests and stuff that I think I'll be playing it for a long while. But yeah, I want to finish it. It's like one of the only Zelda games I haven't finished. So I'm gonna get that done.
I've played it. It didn't grab me. It just wasn't. It wasn't with me, bro. I don't know if it wasn't like the right time. I don't know if it just wasn't. It just did not click with me at all. I was like, I'm good. I put like
you got to be in the mood.
Yeah, I think maybe that has a lot to do with it. I put like 2-3 hours into it. I think something like that. So I felt like that was a decent. Yeah, that's what people have said too. Like I felt like at the time like that was like a decent shake, but a lot of people were like, no, like that you're scratching at the surface at that point.
Really, you are. Like I feel like I'm still scratching at the surface. I feel like I still have like maybe 10 to 20 hours of story, and then like the rest of it is like like there was like this whole side quest where this guy's trying to build a town, so like he's like, hey, can you bring me this? Or like, oh, we need a merchant. And like you travel across the whole world to like find these different people. And like it was a side mission that took me about 2 hours, but by the end of it, like I felt so like fulfilled and like I had done all this crazy awesome stuff. Like I feel like as someone who streams, like Taj, like I feel like you would enjoy playing something like this, like on a stream, just because you'd have so much to do, and it's like so physics based.
It's not very like story driven heavily. Like as you're doing stuff, you like communicate with chat easily, like open world type thing. Like
yes, it's very open, and if you want to get deep into the story, you can. Like you can just follow the story missions, but you won't want to.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I've been cocaine addicted. Bro,
What?
how you not have a Switch, bro?
There's just nothing I want other than that Zelda game. The price does not go down. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, for the games, I feel like the hardware you can probably get Switch for what, like $250 maybe? I think.
If you get a Switch Lite, it's like $200.
Oh
flat,
yeah. Even that.
One of these days, when it's as old as the Wii U, I'll send you one. I'll just go buy one at a game exchange and send it to you.
Yeah. So the Switch Lite is only handheld mode, but the regular Switch is dock or handheld. Yeah.
So do y'all play docked at all?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I do. Mostly, I think.
I mostly play handheld, but with Breath of the Wild, I've been playing it docked just because you can see the world like way better. It's more beautiful.
It depends on the game for me.
Now, when you're playing, correct me if I'm wrong, let's say you have it docked. is like draw distance longer and stuff?
A little bit.
Or no?
A little bit.
Oh,
Just a
Like,
little bit. Yeah.
like-
it also depends on the game too. Like some
yeah.
games like upscale badly when you plug it in.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'd imagine that.
like
'cause I
Saints
remember-
Row is trash when it's like docked, but
Yeah.
when it's handheld, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's weird.
A lot of games look better handheld. I would. I won't say the majority. Actually, no. I think I'd say the majority of games look better handheld than docked.
I think you'd be safe
You know?
to say that.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think the
it's-
first party
yeah.
I
Nintendo
think
games
because it's
generally
too
look better
small.
docked, but
That's
like
true.
other than that,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I've been cocaine addicted still to Division 2. I did everything I wanted to do up until the Warlords of New York expansion. So that's my next thing I'm doing in Division 2 this week. So I'll be grabbing that out.
that's
this
the new
weekend.
expansion that just came out, right?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. So I just finished the Coney Island like prelude mission that kind of explains like how and why we're going back to New York and stuff like that. So it was cool. It was cool. A lot of
Have
really,
you been
really cool
enjoying the
violence.
dog petting update, bro?
In Division 2?
Yeah, apparently you can pet dogs now.
Bro, seriously?
What'd you say? What's
Yeah.
Taj say?
You ruining it.
What's the
Y'all seen that video? He's like, you ruining it. You ever seen that video?
No.
No.
Bro, I was talking about, bro.
It fit perfectly right here, but.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. But I will check out the dog petting. But I also, I've been,
dude.
since Road to Part 2 started back up again, I've been getting back into factions. I feel like factions is probably one of my favorite multiplayers like in all of gaming. It's probably like a top 3 for me personally. Like
It's so good.
I think it's just like one of the most like just well designed just multiplayers like of all time.
I like
You know?
how strategic you got to
It's
be with
so
it.
good. It's so good. It's just so good. And it's like you like never feel like you even though there are ways to get cheese in factions, I feel like it's a lot less than a lot of other games in terms of like, when you get outdone or bested by someone else in factions, you can say like, okay, like most of the time it's my fault. Most of the time like I didn't do X, Y, or Z, whatever. It's just a very, very fair mode. So I've been playing a little bit of
Kind of
that.
reminds me of paintball for some reason when I'm playing
Interesting.
it. Like I get a strong paintball vibe.
Yo.
Like
I had never
That's-
I've never played paintball actually. But go ahead.
I'm gonna
It's
cut
fun.
fun. I went and grabbed the meme just now, and I sent it to you.
Okay, beautiful. Fire. Fire. Fire.
You gotta watch it.
He's keeping you relevant
Oh,
with
bro, I
with
know,
up
I
to
got to.
meme.
Bro, it's
I got to.
funny, bro.
But just to touch base, still continuing the Uncharted 3 streams, still going through that, playing through more Uncharted. It's been great. Not
Oh,
really much to
that's
say
what I
there.
played. You reminded me.
What?
I just played that. I played
Uncharted
Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
Oh, the first
I
one.
did a speed run.
Ah,
Speed run.
interesting.
Hey.
How? What was your time?
Okay, here's the thing behind this. It was a good time, but I didn't start pushing forward to the end because at first I was like nonchalantly playing it. I was going super hard till I got to the 2-hour mark and I kind of got bored. Started chilling or whatnot. But then I remembered, okay, like y'all know Robin Gaming, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Robin stopped into the stream, and now here's a backstory. I was kind of in his stream talking some trash because he was playing The Last of Us, going for a speed run. So Uncharted's his game, The Last of Us is my game. He hopped into the Uncharted stream, and I wasn't like he put the pressure on me. Like he was like, if you don't beat 320, blah blah blah, you're a fraud. And I was like, near the end of the game. And I only had,
Damn, bro.
I had like 15 minutes left, and I was like 3 chapters out. I started sweating as hard as I could, and I lost my 1 minute, bro. Like I was sweating, and that was it.
Bro.
It was really fun, bro. It was fun.
That's
Uncharted
lit.
Drake
Sounds
Fortune,
fun.
It was fun, but like as a speedrun too, like, I think it's a really fun game to go through. But I never noticed how outdated the shooting mechanics are.
Uncharted 1 does not age that well. I'll
No.
put that out there. I will say that. I will say that. It's just there have just simply been better Uncharteds. A lot
Even
of
in
them.
the Nathan Drake collection,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the remaster, it's just like
Uncharted 2 and 3 are like miles better than Uncharted 1, but that's just me. I've also been playing Vanquish, still running through that. Haven't been beating a lot of games. I've just been like slowly chipping away at all these games and been kind of busy. So, fortunately, don't got a lot to say about Vanquish as well. Still fun. It's still, a lot of action in it. Very, very fast-paced combat. Like it a lot. But most of us here played a little demo that dropped last week. Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. And before we even move on to this conversation, we did launch Road to Final Fantasy VII Remake on the channel. Episode 1 was with my boy Christian Buckley. We talked about the demo and its whole thing. And I already have next week's episode planned out with a special guest as well that I think a lot of people aren't going to even guess. So excited for that. Road to Final Fantasy VII Remake episode 2 coming out later this week. Likely on
Who
Sunday.
is it? You can't just do that.
You
can't be like, oh, yo,
I
it's
don't
going to
wanna
be
say
someone
it, bro.
amazing.
I mean, it's a pretty cool grab, bro.
Look them up, bro.
I mean, it's a pretty cool grab.
You gotta,
y'all gonna have to
is
wait.
it
You know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne?
Y'all gonna
Is
have to
Lil
wait.
Wayne going to be
All right,
there?
all right, fine. Okay, look, I got Drake. All right, listen. Like, it was hard. I got Drake on it. You know, he did Final Fantasy, the track on Scorpion.
Gotta have Drake.
You know,
I
so he
fucking
come
knew
on,
it, dude.
You know, it's gonna be great. But beside that, what is everyone's thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Remake if you played it? I think Jamal didn't play it.
I did not.
Whoever wants to go off,
But everybody
you-
else
I'm
did.
someone who's never played Final Fantasy, so I think I should go first.
I have also never
Okay.
played Final Fantasy VII, so I mean, or any Final Fantasy. So by all means,
I'll
Tosh,
open up for it. So
do it.
I've never played any Final Fantasy game.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to say right now that I thought the game would look more cartoony. I was actually blown away with how realistic the game. It
Yeah.
felt very real looking. It looked
Really
amazing.
pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty. And like I was looking at what's his name, Strife.
Cloud
Cloud.
Strife.
Cloud, yeah.
I got him up close to the camera and I moved him. You could like see like his hair like jiggle. Like it was very, just like beautiful. Gameplay wise, I thought it was gonna be like a hack and slash game, like a God of War type. It plays like that, but it doesn't. If you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, cause you know how usually it's like turn based. Like it's not turn based, but in a way it kind of is, cause the special bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I like that it wasn't just like he hits. Like I like that I got some freedom in gameplay, but it also has a lot of strategy to it that you wouldn't notice if you first like at first when I first got on the stick, I didn't really see how much of the strategy it really took, because as you get through the demo, it gets progressively harder.
Yeah.
You have to start using more of the different like skill sets that you have, and like I really enjoyed the brain game that the game like brought to it. I guess I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
Strategy.
challenge. Like when I got to the boss fight, I was struggling. So I like a challenge in the game. I like having to think, and the fact that I picked up the controller and wasn't just good at the game, and when I usually am, I appreciate it.
Mm.
Hey,
I'm not
as
gonna buy it right away though, because I want to play RE3 first, but I will pick it up. That's
As someone like you and Kevin, since y'all have never played the game, like, you know, before this demo, how did y'all feel about like the story? Like, did you understand it? Like, was it easily
You didn't?
understood?
No,
I don't think I was really following it, to be honest.
Oh, I definitely got a grasp of it. So, you know, just and then like thesis statement, you know what I'm saying? I'm recruited by this group called Avalanche. This woman named Tifa has recommended me to this group. And essentially what we're doing is we're taking down a reactor. And we're kind of like, I guess, pull off a terrorist attack. I guess one could phrase it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, against a big, massive corporation, because this corporation is sucking the Mako out of the planet that the world lives on, that uses it for energy for the city, and it's sucking the lifeblood out of the world, and like it's dying. You know, like it's like companies, corporate, like extracting natural resources for the benefit of mankind, but it's destroying the environment at the same time. So a very like timely story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I just remember being a kid and like not really understanding like what was going on in the game. Like I just thought it was cool, you know. Like I was just playing it. Like, yeah, this is awesome.
I think that's just because you're a kid though, because like
Yeah.
I went back and played the old one recently, and it's like, you know,
Makes more
it
sense.
conveys the story really well in the old.
But I enjoyed it a lot. I think like I think my favorite and I guess most like something that I didn't anticipate liking so much about this demo was what Taj was saying about the combat. How you know, you have like a pattern of like going from live combat, so like live, you know, attacks for melee, like, you know, the square, heavy attack, all that good stuff. And then as you're doing that, and as time progresses in battle, it fills up your ATB gauge, I think is what it's called. And that's when you get your turn-based abilities, where which is a little bit more of like a classic turn-based Final Fantasy VII way of combat, how it was in the first game, where you can choose your spells, you can use items, and you can use your abilities. You know, that being like Cloud's Braver ability, where he goes up in the air and does like a more close range heavy attack, or like the what's
like
it called?
Red, like fire. Dot,
Yeah,
like,
the like thruster type thing. I forgot what it's called. Yeah,
The
that-
Buster
cross slash or whatever.
Yeah.
Did you manage to pull off a limit break
I
before your
did.
demo was over?
I did do a limit break. That was hot. That was hot.
I like that they kept that in there. See, what you guys are talking about, the whole having to think during combat, and like that's kind of what made Final Fantasy VII, the original game, so great. And I like
Yeah.
that they managed to like incorporate that with kind of a like more sophisticated version of Final Fantasy 15's combat. I don't know. It really feels
15
good how
play
they
like
like
the
mix it
remake,
together. Do what?
15 play like the remake, kind of.
15 had like a like it wasn't turn based with it was like they put you in this like kind of
It's more hack and slash.
it was a lot it was
What was
more
the
like
game?
7.
It was a Final Fantasy game that came out on PS3 that came out next to God of War 3. Which one was that? They came out like around the same time. It has
Had
a
to have been
girl on
like
the front
12
with a
or
sword.
13 or something.
Nah,
Or
it
10.
would have been like 13 or 13-2 or whatever.
I think it was like pink case kind of. It's just like a girl with the sword. It was kind of pink around it. I think it was 13. It came out
Bruh.
right next to
13,
God of War 3.
I got
Yeah.
no clue, bro. I got no
never
clue.
mind.
Well, sounds like we're all, thumbs up on Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think Tasha that he was gonna pick it up after RE3. I'm definitely picking up day one. I'm definitely am. You know what I'm saying? And I assume Jamal and Brent are as well. Or
I think
Around
RE3 is
there.
going to win. If they when is Final Fantasy 7?
a week after RE3. So they're very
Yeah,
close to
I
each
think
other.
RE3 is definitely going to win for me. Actually, I think Half-Life Alex is going to be the first thing I get out of all the new games dropping, and then
Very,
I'm
very
going to work
nice.
my way from there probably.
Very,
I'll be
very
on that Animal Crossing day one.
Bro, so am I, dog. Doom Eternal.
Y'all won't see
Animal
me
Crossing,
again.
bro. You already know. Absolutely. Moving on. While we can't play Final Fantasy VII Remake right now, you can play the PS Plus games from March 2020. These are redeemable for the whole month of March. You get two great offerings. First one being Shadow of the Colossus, the remake done by the good folks at Blue Point Games, as well as Sonic Forces. If you go watch the movie, you can go play the game as well. So make sure to go redeem that. Even if you don't plan on playing it right now, you'll be happy that you at least redeemed it in the future in case you want to touch those games eventually.
I redeem every game.
Yeah, absolutely. I know
Yeah.
I definitely want to play Shadow of the Colossus at some point.
It's a good game.
That's
Oh,
man.
that's good.
Yeah, that's definitely a must
Classic.
play. Yeah. Also, a little fun fact to add on to this whole thing was that the tweet that PlayStation sent out to announce the March 2020 games was their most liked tweet of all time. So
Wow.
Swear?
yeah. Someone
Damn.
did data and they're like, yeah, like that's the most liked tweet of all time. I mean, as far as the posting of this article, which is February 27th, and there has been an update on this since. So, yeah.
How many likes does it have?
Let me see, 21.7 thousand. 21.7 thousand likes. This is on the PlayStation official Twitter account, linking the free PS Plus games for March.
Damn,
And
that seems low.
Yeah, that's
Right?
pretty low. I've seen like
That can't be for the main play. It has to be PlayStation UK or something, bro.
dude, it's the official PlayStation account, bro.
one of the lesser PlayStation.
Look, I mean, hey, it is on the doc. Links are in the description.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I
make it
believe
for
you.
yourself. Yeah, I mean,
it
that's
just
what
it
it
blows
is.
my mind that that's the most likes
I
they've
swear
ever
Last
got.
of Us post got more than this. Like I refuse.
It probably did. That's what I'm saying. I feel like
you would-
maybe
I
the
mean-
main PlayStation account isn't that big of a, like a Twitter account. I feel like people don't really just follow the PlayStation account, unless they're like content creators,
Where does it say that in the article?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're also counting retweets, which is 4,600, if we're counting that as well. But it actually overtook last month's PS Plus games, which was at that point the biggest tweet they've ever had. So they're kind of like on a streak here of beating their own most liked tweets. But also, to add to the conversation, PS Plus members will also get a bonus pack to the actually released today Call of Duty Warzone mode that just came out today. Again, just to briefly, touch on that. It's free to
Hyped
play.
to try this. Dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump on that probably tonight, hopefully. It is free to play, and even if you don't have Modern Warfare, you can download it. It's a separate client within the PlayStation Store and any other outlet that Xbox Live, Marketplace, etc.
80 gig download.
Yeah, it's like an 80 to 100 gig download if you don't have Modern Warfare. If you have Modern Warfare, it's like 20 gigs. So I lucked out at that point. Like I was just able to just download, it off of.
Nice.
I was about to say
Modern
I'd play
Warfare
it
game.
tanya with you, but I'm gonna be like downloading it till probably fucking
Next year.
Thursday.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a hot minute. I'm hoping at least 3 of us can hop on because they do have the max amount of people in a given team is only trios right now. So hopefully they have. Yeah. So I mean, whoever wants to party up, Taj, Brent, Jamal, I'm down.
Let me know. I'll hop on there.
Or I mean, if y'all are sick of me, y'all 3 can hop on, then I can.
Dude, I'll play any console. We
watching
can jump
sidelines.
on. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
WarzonePlayersMeet.com.
Yeah,
I like that.
I definitely got to try out Warzone. Yeah, I've been anxious to do it. But they just say that, hey, at some point there's going to be a bonus pack that we'll be able to redeem on the PS Store for Warzone. It hasn't been stated what's actually in it. I'm presuming it may be some skins or, something of that sort. But just to keep you all aware of any PlayStation Plus perks.
Get that Ellie skin. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be fucking crazy.
That'd be lit.
What if they did something like that?
Like what? It's a hurt Ellie skin.
Like in Call of Duty Warzone, like you just play as Ellie, or like play as like fucking just random PlayStation characters.
I would like a
but only on
Kratos
PlayStation.
looking model.
That would be
I
ridiculous.
think that'd be dope.
He's like in
It
full
looks
military
so-
gear.
Like an AK.
It'll likely be like some blue, themed stuff like how we have with Fortnite,
Yeah, like they
Apex
do with
Legends.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that though.
Actually, this might be accurate.
The most liked tweet.
Yeah, I forgot that most of the stuff that Last of Us 2 Eyes, it's on Naughty Dog's page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
my bad. I was like, that's why I was silent. I was like literally like trying to look.
Man,
He's
this
like
man
doing
out
the
here is
crunching
live on the
numbers.
podcast trying to discount me, discredit me, and my sources. This man is crazy.
No,
The
it's not
mistrust.
that. It's just so
I was just really
unbelievable.
interested. Like, I can believe it.
I feel you. I feel
They have millions, over 10 million followers on Twitter. Right?
That means
Like
that
17
they're I just feel like that's just so off. If they got like 10 million followers and they only get like,
But I
yeah,
think
they're
PlayStation posts so much stuff every single day that it makes the retention rate go down because
their engagement's so
Really?
low, dude.
yeah. So whenever they do make a hit tweet, like boom, then like when the drive, like it's not as quick as if they were to do it over and over and over again. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's
I
real.
think it's just the retention rate. They just put so much BS on the TL that
Whichever media manager, just posted that tweet is like, hell yeah, I just secured my job, bro.
yeah. Facts. Whoever does the PS5 post,
Yeah.
so whoever did that PS5 post on Instagram, yo,
Which one?
the logo.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yo, he definitely got
He's
it.
like, watch this. I'm about to break the internet, bro. They're like, don't do it.
Speaking of breaking the internet, what just broke the internet a few hours ago. Now, this isn't technically officially confirmed as of this recording, but a lot of people have been talking tonight on Twitter, and a lot of sources are saying that it will be official by the time you guys hear this live, right? If it's not, then I guess it might happen here pretty soon. But E3 2020 is canceled, guys.
Dead ass.
It's canceled.
Oh,
That's okay. Hold on. Talk more about
Guys,
this. Though.
okay,
hurts.
look. Once again, it is not 100% confirmed, right? But we have the likes of Devolver Digital straight up tweeting, "Hey, cancel your E3 plans." We had Jason Schreier be like, "Guys, literally, it's canceled." We've had Ubisoft employees as well, expressing their dismay over it being canceled. Wario64 as well, suggesting that like we have way too many people.
Oh, yeah.
From the industry?
that would be bad. Yeah.
It's just it is technically right now a rumor as of this recording, but
But by tomorrow, by the time this is up,
Yeah.
it'll be
Like-
They're
canceled.
telling people
Likely.
to cancel your plans. Like,
I mean,
So the question is like, what do you do
doing
moving forward from here? Is it like GDC? Do you like reschedule it, or is it like do you
Dude,
just
I don't know.
fucking not do it at all? Like,
I mean,
Let's talk about that.
What are we doing?
I
this
think
summer?
E3's dead. Like,
I mean,
E3 ain't coming back after this.
listen,
Like,
wait, hold up, right? Okay, so in terms of, I don't know if they're gonna. Excuse me, my bad. I don't know if it'll be pushed to a different time during the year, but I do agree. I tweeted this out like an hour ago that like, listen, like when E3 comes back in 2021, it is not going to be the same show it was ever again. This is it, right? Like,
yeah,
because
this is the line,
because
bro.
bottom line, I feel like this E3 season is going to be everyone doing a direct style, state of play style, you know, that type of way of delivering the news via, you know, these like really, really well done scripted, you know, digital presentations, right?
Yeah, and
And
once they realize that it works just as well as going to E3, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we don't have to go to E3." And then what happens?
And like,
All because of the coronavirus.
yeah. Oh,
I
I
know.
guess I should put. Yeah. It's because
COVID-19 killed E3, bro.
Yeah, man, it happened. Like, I mean, like, it costs a lot for like a company to go to E3, like to fly all your employees out, to buy space in the venue, to, you know, like all of that is a lot. You know, like you like have to pay a fee. Yeah, the cost of that. But doing a well done video in house, posting it on your YouTube, having a premiere up, doing a live stream, having a tweet
You just
out
pay for marketing.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? This is if, I mean, I say if just because it's a rumor, but E3 is not going down this year. And it's going to be interesting to see how E3 changes overall, you know? So, I got to pour one out for the homie. I'm sure maybe in the summer we might do like you know, best E3 moments. Just look back on that maybe when like news is dry.
Look, a nice little like
Yeah.
RIP like montage
a
video.
little memorial, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to E3 2013. That was dope.
You
but,
play the just like a really sad song over it.
Yo, hey, we're gonna have that. We're all gonna be in suits and everything, bro. It's gonna be a funeral. You know what I'm saying? So
Let's keep zooming in on our tears. Like,
for real, bro.
Bro, honestly, I don't
for
even know.
just 25 cents a day, you could
So-
save E3.
Are we not gonna talk about like this summer? What are we gonna like? What
I
are we
don't
gonna
know.
Watch? Like, I don't watch.
we're gonna
this
watch
shit.
their digital presentations, bro. We're gonna
Yeah,
be
I
watching
mean,
the
that's what we're gonna
Nintendo
be doing. Yeah,
Direct.
no,
You know
I
how
really.
complicated it's gonna be to flip between all these channels and links. Like,
Honestly, think about it this way: you're gonna have more content. You know, like you're gonna be able to live stream this stuff. You know, like it's only gonna help creators, in
Yeah.
my opinion. You know?
That's true. I mean, famously, last E3, this channel got its live streaming privileges revoked via Ubisoft for streaming the E3 conference. It was a whole thing, bro. It was a whole thing, bro. It was wild, but yeah, I mean,
It's like we're trying to spread your word, bro.
that's
Like,
what I'm
why
saying, I
you?
know.
or they like mark people's streams.
Yeah, they'll content ID and flag it down. It got like fixed after like 4 days, but still, it was like oof. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of
That messed up the whole drive. Of
I mean,
Yeah.
I had to continue doing the E3 streams on Twitch, and it was like a whole. It was like it was just all messed up. But I digress. So RIP E3. Again, as of this recording, it's a rumor, but likely by the time you're hearing this, it's probably official and a statement has probably been made. The rumors are that they are making an official statement in the morning, and by morning I mean March 11th, Wednesday morning of March 11th. But we shall see. So I'm very interested to see how this all pans out, and maybe, you know, Taj said, you know, what we're gonna be doing over the summer. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing. You will be playing Ghost of Tsushima in June.
I didn't watch the trailer, and I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, you
I
haven't seen the
watched trailer. I
trailer?
still haven't even watched the trailer, and I'm
I
just
mean-
not even gonna watch it.
Hey,
It looks tight.
it looks good. I mean, hey, if you know you haven't seen the trailer yet and would like to see me react to it, I did post a reactions video of me watching the trailer.
I think I'm not gonna watch it at all.
That's all good, King.
Did-
That's all good.
I think I might just go without, low key. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not because I'm not worried about spoilers or anything.
I
It's
don't-
Like,
Yeah.
Going blind. I
It's
feel
just
like
the
Ghosts
fact-
of Tsushima is going to be slept on, dude. I feel like it's going to be slept on hard.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Bro.
feel like there's not enough hype around it right now.
do realize the same day that they showed that trailer, like they did that trailer first, I think like 10 minutes later, the Last of Us TV show got announced.
Taj, I was
Literally
about to
forgot
bring
about
that up. I was about to bring that up because
Yeah.
TV show
I was about to bring it
ruined
up.
all drama.
Look,
They're burying it. It's like
exactly. No,
like,
look,
why?
look. Now, if we just had the Ghost of Tsushima trailer drop with the release date, and it was just that's all for the day, I would have been like, okay, feeling good, right? The only reservation I have is because of that timing, which I put that in Taj segment. So if you want, we can talk about it now, the HBO show. But I was saving that for Taj's special segment down later on in the show. But I feel like something's up with this game, and that's concerning me. You know,
Dude, you know what I feel like? This reminds me a lot of right before Days Gone came out. So I'm getting a really strong Days Gone vibe from Ghost of Tsushima. I really hope it doesn't like just completely suck.
I don't know. This
Or
game,
like be really
it looks like
mediocre.
Infamous to me. It looks like Infamous, but like
well, I mean, Sucker Punch. I mean,
set in Japan. Oh, is it the same team?
yeah. Wait, you didn't know that?
You're talking to Mr. Xbox over
That's a
here.
fair point, but
I'm literally
wow.
just basing this
That's
off of the
hilarious.
trailer that I saw.
Yeah,
Wait,
Sucker
you
Punch.
said
Is
you
like,
think it looks like Infamous for real? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Like
It was
when I
fresh.
saw it, I was like, this just looks like Infamous gameplay to me, but like in a different way. Like something about it just rang Infamous.
I'm not seeing
The
that.
fact that
I
it comes
really
out
get
1 month after The Last of Us, it's crazy to me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not
that's
even
stupid.
It's under a month. It's like 3 days less
Yeah,
than a
it's
month.
under a month. Yeah.
It has no breathing room. That's the problem.
That means that's exciting though, because watch, once that game comes out, PS5 information. Oh yeah.
Bro.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I mean, at least we'll have something to do over the summer, right? But to be more specific, it will be launching officially, I believe, on right here, June 26, 2020. And in case you're also curious, I'm not going to cover it here on the podcast, but we did do breakdowns of the different editions that you can purchase with Ghost of Tsushima on the channel as well.
That got
Basically.
overshadowed by the Last of Us TV show, which is crazy.
Very, very. Do we want to just skip to
It
that
hasn't been
story?
sold
Because I'm
out
kind of
yet.
down.
I'm going to Walmart, right? I was thinking about buying it. It's still on there. It's still right now. The collectors is still in stock.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Do we want to just? I mean, we've already brought it up twice. Do we want to just bring up the Last of Us show? Because I'm down.
Yo, let's
Yeah,
go.
go ahead.
All right, Taj, go ahead, man. You know what? Actually, Taj, you know what? No, okay, no. Okay, let's just do the just do the Last of Us story. Do you have the link pulled up?
See, Uncharted movie. Yeah,
It's
see,
bullet,
I have
yeah.
it in the smaller box. I'll scroll more than
Okay.
y'all do.
I'll let you
Okay.
take it away if you want to just like overall just encompass the story. I
All
mean,
right.
by all means.
The Last of Us is getting its highly anticipated sequel later this year, but that isn't the only project currently in development for Joel and Ellie. According to Hollywood Reporter, the critically acclaimed PlayStation exclusive is to be adapted into a TV series with HBO. Before all of you roll your eyes, a key creative mind behind The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann, is lined up as a writer and executive producer on the adaptation. He will be joined with Craig Mazin, the creator of HBO series Chernobyl, president of Naughty Dog Evan Wells, and HBO's Carolyn Strauss are also down to executive produce the show. My bad. Okay.
That's
Why
a
don't I
weird
read this
sentence.
before
That was a
we-
that was a
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
sentence.
that's a
That was
really
a.
weird sentence.
I didn't expect them to
Yeah.
say, "Yo, she's like down to executive produce a show." I'm like, that's
Yeah.
because Push Square is a UK outlet. But I digress. You may
According
proceed.
to the report, this is the first television series to come out of PlayStation Productions, which will co-produce alongside Sony Pictures Television Studios. Like, why does it sound like that? Anyways, it will apparently recount the original tale with the possibility of additional content based on the forthcoming game sequel. A TV series sounds ideal for The Last of Us, a game that's already split into segments with its each passing season. Why does it sound like? Am I reading this bad?
I think the
No, it
rest
sounds
of
good, man.
I think the rest of this paragraph.
It's not, bro. These paragraphs are written weird.
I think the rest of that paragraph is just their opinion on it. So I mean, we can just leave that
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
We pretty much got all the info about it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah,
for,
I mean,
the past week, Tajae. Like,
Taj,
I
go ahead,
really-
man.
I'm hype as fuck for this.
Oh, for
Anyways,
real?
let
Okay,
me put back up the
okay.
Discord so I can see you guys. Okay,
Okay,
so where do you want me
okay.
to start? Because there's a lot.
Just go. Just unleash.
Go ahead, man.
First off, this is the first. Let's just say this right now. The fandom for The Last of Us, you already know I said it can have its toxic ways. This can either be very good and very bad for this reason. Okay, we are fans of the game. We are fans of Troy and Ashley. To us, Troy and Ashley is Ellie and Joel, right?
Yeah.
To these newcomers, they're not going to know about the game. They're going to be hyping up the show, watching the show, and they're going to praise probably Craig instead of Neil Druckmann because they know they're going to know Chernobyl. They're not going to know the game, right? So they're going to give Craig the praise most likely, right? And then you also got to think about the characters they're going to play, Ellie and Joel. They're going to get the praise. I feel like the fandom of the game is going to get clashed with the fandom that breeds from the show. Like there's gonna be the fake fans that we're gonna say. I already know we're gonna say.
But what if they don't even put Ellie and Joel in the show?
They are.
No, they are. It's a retelling.
Oh,
of
it
the
is
first game.
confirmed?
Yeah.
You already know there's gonna be those fan accounts that come out. There's gonna be fan accounts or whatnot. They're gonna be praising the show and just they don't understand that there's other fan accounts that are praising this game, and they're going to be clashing.
It's about to be a war on Twitter.
It's already kind of pretty bad in some areas with the Last of Us community. I already know for a fact that no, the only good thing about it, the entirety of the gaming community, I know we're gonna come together. Like all of us, no matter what disagreements we be having over some petty stuff, it's gonna be good for the gaming side. Like we should all be conjoined together, and we're gonna I already know it's gonna be some beef with the people who just love the show, no doubt.
But see, what if the show brings people to the game though? You know?
Oh, it will.
It will,
Without a
but
question.
there's still gonna be the people who are only fans of the show.
Like
Well, I'm excited. I really hope it does well, just because I want the PlayStation TV studio to
God of
do
War.
well. Like I can see so many great projects coming from this studio or whatever. If this ends up being like commercially successful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a God of War show. Ooh,
Yes.
bro, already.
They'll work for people like Game of Thrones, fans of what else? What's that? The Witcher? Like people who
Yeah,
like
The
Oh,
Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah.
Yeah.
Witcher.
It would work
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be good.
I mean, here's where I fall on it, right? I'm obviously hyped to see it. I have a few issues with it, right? One of them being, I don't love how it's just retelling the game. I wish that it was something of like Joel and Tess,
Brings out the
but
excitement factor. of it.
before the events of Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? I wish it's I just feel like it's gonna be
We already got this.
it's
There's one new thing that we are getting out of this though. We will be seeing Anna in the show.
that.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind them doing
Oh,
the
yeah, no,
events
that's
of
true.
the first
I
game
actually
as
have the
the
tweet,
first season.
Yeah, no, I
Colossus.
remember that. Yeah.
Um,
I forgot to put that in the doc, but yeah, you're right. You're very right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm hyped for it. I feel like overall. So I have been very critical, of course, of the Uncharted movie, which we do have Uncharted movie news to talk about later on in the episode. But I feel like if you're going to adapt the game to any sort of media that isn't gaming, right? I feel like a series is the best way to do it in terms of like translating a 10, 20, 30, 40 hour game onto a some sort of movie or series, whatever. You're gonna want to do a series to better reflect what you're experiencing in the game, just lengthwise, and how much you're putting in, as opposed to a 2-hour movie. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that it's not just a movie. You know what I'm saying? That it's a full series that they can really tie a lot to the game onto the series and stuff like that. I wish it was taking place in a different era. Honestly, obviously, I'm still gonna watch it day one. I'm still gonna be literally live tweeting as I'm watching it. Like, I'm gonna be on this, right? But I wish it was telling another era during the pandemic. Of The Last of Us during the Cordyceps virus. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Joel and Tess. I would have loved to see maybe early life of Ellie, of her being in the
We're gonna get
military
Marlene
boarding
in,
school.
Anna.
You know
We
what I'm
can
saying?
assume that.
The Fireflies, like anything.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I just want them to
We don't-
explore the lore that they've established, not just retell the first game.
See what I want? I want them to retell the first game, the first season, but then I want the second and third and fourth season to just be like what happened after the first game. Like I want the second, third, and fourth season to be like an in between. Last of Us 1.
That's
and 2.
where I wish it take place,
I mean?
bro.
It was 5 years of just peace.
Wait, what?
Really?
Nothing happened. 5 years.
Oh, I didn't know that. So there you go.
Yeah. No joke. Said they just lived she just lived a normal teenage life.
That would be
normal
boring.
life up until that event that we don't know happened. We don't know that.
Yeah.
So,
But
Also,
like,
how y'all feel about the people picking actors to
casting?
play the parts? Yeah, fan casting. They did the Ellen Page and
that was funny.
Ellen Page. Like people have been saying Ellen Page since that game dropped back.
No,
in the
I
day,
mean,
you
Dude,
know?
I thought she did the fucking mocapping for that when I
That's
first
crazy.
played the game.
if I remember correctly, I believe she even tried to sue Naughty Dog and sue
She
Sony because they thought that. I mean, she thought that they were using her like likeness and her appearance for
They even
Ellie.
remodeled Ellie because of that. They
Yeah,
remodeled
that's
her.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Wow.
But see, I think even though she's like 30 something now, she could still play Ellie.
Oh, 100%.
No one would know.
I mean,
Oh,
if we're
And then-
talking fan casting, the 1-2 punch I saw that was very good. I think you could do better than Hugh Jackman, but I think Hugh Jackman could be a
Way
very, very
better.
good Joel.
That Game of Thrones dude that everybody was showing, like the one that's like, fucks with Brienne and Game of Thrones. That dude would be perfect.
I don't.
Um,
I have no
Isn't
reference.
his
I
name?
have,
What's his name? What's his name?
I have no reference.
uh,
While
I
you,
gotta send it to you.
while
Yeah, I'll
you-
send it to you.
while you
they
guys
just get
think of
Tom
that
Holland
though,
to play.
Jesus Christ. While you think of that though, have we all seen Stranger Things?
Oh yeah, I love Stranger Things.
Okay, the redhead in Stranger Things, I think she could be a strong Ellie.
Oh yeah, I could see
I
that.
think
If
that-
you're
I think
okay
she
with
can
like
do it.
changing her like look a little bit, like I think she
I
can
mean,
play the character.
I feel like
really
she-
well
Wait,
for
the
I
sure.
redhead from what?
From Stranger Things, I forget her
There's
name.
no redhead in Stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there is.
mean redhead girl
the
from
mean,
season
the
2 and
mean,
3.
the mean redhead girl. Yeah. The one that has
Max.
the hots for the black
Mad
girl.
Max.
Oh,
Yeah,
Max.
Mad
Dude,
Max.
she would be perfect.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't even think
She'd
about
I
be
think
that.
that
really
she could
good.
be a really strong Ellie. Yeah, I agree.
She's already got that like boyish, like like she's kind of like tomboyish,
Uh-huh. Oh,
look
yeah.
and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but still feminine at the same time. you
Yeah,
know? I think that's a good
I
idea.
can't take credit for that. I think Christian told me that off air at one point, but I think that's a really good choice. But yeah,
I agree.
so I love the HBO partnering too. I don't think we have talked about that yet, but I think HBO is a great company to partner with for a serious tone. It's going to be a very violent tone. I feel like HBO is the company to do that with, So
Definitely.
I like that it's tied to HBO. So overall, I'm hyped to see it. Can't wait to see it. And yeah, it'll be that. We lost Brent and Jamel's camera. I hate to see it. But another thing that you'll be playing in the absence of E3 is if you have a PC, you
I know
get
what you're about
to
hop into.
yeah. Well, not the first thing. We're gonna talk about the first game and then the second thing. But the first one is Death Stranding.
My bad.
It's all good. Is Death Stranding. We already knew that was coming to PC eventually. But it officially got a date for June 2nd. The PC release will be coming out for Death Stranding. It will feature photo mode and a bunch of other bells and whistles, of course. A lot of different improvements to the graphics, and they have a special like widescreen mode as well. So if you have like a widescreen monitor, it will display the game in like a nice ultra wide type of format. It looks very, very beautiful. So Death Stranding. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
also they announced
I
a like crossover with Half-Life, and I think you can wear a head cap that is synonymous with Half-Life. I'm not sure the origins of that.
It's like the
Yeah,
face
it's
hugger
the head
thing.
crab.
Yeah,
the
that
head
thing.
crabs.
Yeah, I've never played Half-Life. I don't know what that is, but that is coming there as well.
Oh man, it's free right now if you ever want to. Like if you go on Steam, all the Half-Life games are free right
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, you see that picture though? That
Taj
that
is like-
actor on the bottom.
Taj is like, say
That
less.
tell me that dude doesn't look like him.
I can't open Discord right now because I'm recording it. So
No,
actually, screw it.
Bro, he looks
look.
just like
he looks
him to
just
me.
like him though.
Let me see.
I
And
don't
so
know
the
if I like
recording can see it too.
I
Okay,
need to
let's see.
the facial hair.
Like that picture, I thought it was him.
Yeah, I thought that was a screenshot.
I don't see it.
Maybe it looks
don't
better.
It's the bottom.
Maybe I'm
bottom.
tripping. I don't
Maybe
know.
it looks
these
better
highlights
with
are
the
pretty-
context of like seeing him act, perhaps. But I don't.
Oh,
Personally.
he's amazing, dude. He's amazing. Like he's like one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones, bro. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. I saw some people were fan casting him, and yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I feel that. Anyone copying Death Stranding on PC? Anyone?
No,
I
Nah.
probably will.
Nice.
we're not.
Yeah,
talking
Brent
about
just got that
anymore.
PC.
Do we?
Yeah, I just got a new
Yeah.
PC, so I'm
I
kind of
mean-
like hyped about anything that's pretty on PC. Like,
I was in the camp of I really enjoyed Death Stranding overall. So that's just.
I didn't play it, but I think the best way to play it would be wait for it to come out on PC. And
I mean,
you know.
one would say that. But the other game that got announced for PC that got a lot of people in the community a little bit up in arms, a little bit upset, is Horizon Zero Dawn is confirmed for PC in summer 2020.
Uh-oh.
It is actually going down. We had Herman Holst, come on the Pigeon blog and announce it and stuff like that. And I even have a dedicated video about this whole thing with my full topic, even regarding the controversies that other people have with this decision to bring it to PC. That's either going to be uploaded before the podcast or after the podcast, but it's before or after
It'll be
the
there.
upload. Yeah, it's somewhere there. With my full thoughts I recorded today. But just to read the quote, says, quote, "Yes, I can confirm that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC this summer. There will be more information coming from Guerrilla, from the new studio directors. I'm going to try to read these names again. And just as a preface, I'm definitely going to read these wrong. I apologize. Michel van der Loo, J.B. Van Beek, and Angie Smets are the new studio directors at Guerrilla, and they will have more info for us soon about Horizon Zero Dawn." And what I think was the best thing not best thing, but like really interesting thing to come out of this whole thing was Herman Holst, again, the new head of PlayStation Worldwide Studios, actually addressed a lot of the people that have been very critical about them bringing this to PC by saying this. So he said, quote, "And to maybe put a few minds at ease, releasing one first-party AAA title to PC doesn't necessarily mean that every game now will come to PC. In my mind, Horizon Zero Dawn was just a great fit in this particular instance. We don't have plans for day-and-date PC releases, and we remain 100% committed to dedicated hardware." How we feel
I mean,
about
my
it, boys?
thing is like I feel like Horizon Zero Dawn has lived out its formative years already on PlayStation 4. Like it's had most of its life, already.
Exclusive, yeah.
And I don't think it's like I don't know. I'm not like offended by like other people getting to
2020.
play the game. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I can see how people
y'all
would
see
be
that?
mad about it, but personally, it doesn't bother me that much.
Do we see what?
Yeah.
Touch? But yeah, I feel.
Was the lighting like switching back and forth?
It was
Just for a second, I
Yeah,
saw that.
just for a second, I saw
Yeah.
that too.
Like-
Yeah, right, bro. It's like you're glitching
Got a
in the
ghost,
Spider-Verse,
bro.
bro. What the flip? Like right? Oh,
Bro, it looks better. Though. It looks better. Like this looks better right here. This looks better.
yeah, right there. Okay, stop moving.
Alright.
Just stay in that one spot.
Follow
the whole
me,
time.
yo.
No, all right.
But Taj, how do you feel about PlayStation PlayStation exclusives going to PC? Well, what are your thoughts, my boy?
I do not care. As
Yeah.
long as I just don't want to see indie games over there because I grew up with like PlayStation. They've always been on PlayStation indie games. Been playing Crash. Grew up with all that stuff.
Wait,
As a fan,
indie games?
Just Naughty Dog. My bad, Naughty Dog.
Oh,
Naughty
okay.
Dog, yeah, as long as they don't have one of theirs go, like I don't care if it's Uncharted. I don't care what it is. I really don't care. It's just like selfishness, like
Right. I mean, like.
yeah.
I go off in the video that I'm about to upload, but I mean, like, I totally understand understand the point of view of like you may feel that the brand is losing value because that's what a lot of people have said about Xbox in terms of like they don't have any console exclusives anymore. Like all of their Microsoft developed games or Xbox first party games, I should say more specifically, they come to both PC and Xbox at the same time now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I understand that like how like
Yeah.
that belittles the value of the console that you purchase in a particular way, But at the end of the day, I feel like
though you don't buy a console to play.
Well, I mean, you buy
my
consoles
problem
to
with
play
the whole
games,
thing
but,
is like
yeah.
you buy them to play games, you know, and so like I think the people that would buy a Naughty Dog game on PC weren't ever gonna play it on the PlayStation anyways.
That's
you
my
know,
point.
it's like it's just opening it up to new people that would have never tried it otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're strictly PC, then cool, let them just play it.
I think like it might get people to buy PlayStation, but I think it won't be the exchange rate won't be as high as they think.
No.
Yeah,
it won't.
I mean,
but I just don't think it matters. I mean, but especially if it's a game that's been out for a long time, you know, like Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, it's like that game can get an extra little oomph or like a little bit more life out of it if it goes to PC.
That's
you know,
true.
at least it'd be different if they were like, hey, we're putting it on Xbox now, you know, but like it's not. It's just going to PC.
And we also have to consider that we mentioned Game Pass on PC earlier, but you know, PlayStation Now also has a PC version where you can play just about everything on PlayStation Now. I think on PC, including like God of War 2018 when it was on there. You know what I mean?
That one's a little bit different. Just If Taj, you want to say that point, I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
I think it's in 720p 30 frames.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh man.
But you can still play it. You know what I mean?
That 480p, I love that.
I mean, I just feel like, especially with how it's gonna be over 3 years, almost 3.5 years, when Horizon Zero Dawn drops on PC, that it dropped in the first place on PS4. Like, if you were at all interested in Horizon Zero Dawn and actually had the means to be able to play it, you would have already done it by now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm at. So like in terms of like, I just don't feel like it's taken away because it has done the bulk of its success and sales for the game. Well, that's been well done already by the 3-year mark.
Exactly. It's like you're reviving a dead game almost at this point. Not necessarily like a dead game, but like you're putting life into something that's basically just laying on the floor. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not getting any use. Yeah, and then its old owners are done with it. You know, it's a hand-me-down.
And then hopefully,
it's a hand-me-down.
Hopefully, we have people that are primarily on PC. They play Horizon Zero Dawn. They like it so much. Sony announces a few months later, hey, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, PS5. They may be inclined to go purchase a PS5 to play the sequel to a game that they just played on PC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's what I feel the strategy is, but...
And they make dope mods for it on PC. That'll be just tight, dude.
Like, very, very true.
The Thomas the Tank Engine mods and stuff, like, I'm ready.
But in other news that I probably should have put at the beginning with E3... GDC 2020 was also canceled. Big. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, postponed or canceled?
I mean, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, it was like
same thing. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, technically not.
I was trying to disagree. I was just like going to answer, but we said it at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, run to the ground. Really, no surprise right there. And then, I still had the links where E3 was, not currently affected. That didn't age that well.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
And then, as we talked about top of the show, Final Fantasy VII Remake is available to download. If you guys haven't, it's free. Go ahead, try it. Why not? But also, they announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake did go gold recently.
It's finished.
So it's all done. So the
part
game
one
is almost there.
Part one is done.
Part one is almost done.
Did they tweet this out?
I'm certain they did. Let me see if I can see the tweet right here. Yeah, so actually right here. So I have a quote actually. So the quote says, yes, it's all right now. We needed a little more time for some of the last quality improvements, but it has already gone gold and there won't be any further delays. So
hell yeah.
It's
like that.
It's
I
happening.
bet all the FF7 fans felt great to hear that.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
I hope they're working on the fucking part 2 right now because as soon as they finish that shit, it's gonna I don't know.
I gotta wait 10 years for part 2.
I feel like I'm gonna run through the original after I play Remake to know the story. Do that. Like I feel like I might just pull that.
You should probably just play the original first because
you got it on.
Bro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
you got Switch, right? Get it on Switch. It plays really good on Switch.
Yeah, because you can speed it up.
I think.
Nah, dude, play it on Switch. It's got a speed up thing on it, so like you can speed through all the battle animations and stuff.
Does it does it? I assume there's a Vita version, right?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, maybe I'll play it. Maybe I won't. What I did play, and I'm sure everyone here, I think the majority of the panel has, maybe not Jamal, but of course God of War 2018. Very, very good game.
Really good game.
We had someone do a little, hacking of the camera in the game. And he was able to he was able to get a free movement during cutscenes in God of War. And so, of course, in the beginning, you fight the stranger. Spoiler alert, if you haven't played God of War, ends up being Boulder, which that I'm only going to say his name. That's it. Who he is, you'll have to play the game to find out. But you have this incredible first fight in God of War. And when you defeat said stranger, we assume that he just fell, somewhere and just kind of just disappeared. But the character model actually flips off Kratos on the way down. So just figure that though in there.
Yeah, it's like his legs out. Yeah.
God, I love that boss fight, man. That's like one of my favorite boss fights
Best
of
boss
all
fight
time.
in the game, and then the boss fights in that game were mid.
Bro, I wish all of them were like the stranger fight, bro. I swear.
I got faked out. I was.
They said they had to cut a bunch of boss fights out of the game when they were developing it. Like,
yeah. But man, that was
even the scenes where like Baldur's like and they're like going back and forth. Like Corey said that's supposed to be playable, but it got cut. Like they didn't have enough time to polish it.
Damn, I wish.
That was supposed to be like playable back and forth, but it just became a cutscene.
So cool though, such a cool fight. And
they delayed for that. I think I'd take it.
You would what?
I would have took a delay for that.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
Oh, facts.
Oh,
Absolutely. Yo, facts. Oh, big.
I
big
think
facts.
before that game came out, anybody would have taken a delay just because nobody knew what they were about to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they would have been okay with a couple delays.
Bro, they could have released it this year and it would have been like, everybody would have been fine with it.
I think Our got delayed, I think, a few times, actually. No, yeah, I remember. Because the original date was January and they pushed it to April 20th.
You're right.
Yeah.
They did push it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
See, but the thing is, I wasn't big on gaming news, so I didn't know that.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that.
Speaking, of course, again from Sony Santa Monica, the developers behind God of War, we have an interesting shuffle in the head of studio over there at Santa Monica. So Shannon Studstill, who has been there, I believe, for 19 years, or maybe not 19 years, maybe at PlayStation for 19 years, but she was very influential in Santa Monica Studios. She was the head of the game studio as well, and she has left to take up a job at Google Stadia.
What a dummy.
Bad call.
What a dummy. No,
I mean, look.
That's probably the greatest W decision she ever took. Google.
Now,
okay, Stadia might not be the best thing, but that's a Google.
Bro,
Yeah,
it's
true.
a Google jump, but at the same time, Stadia though, you're gonna
hold
leave
up.
Santa Monica.
Google is Google.
Hold up. It's not only Google, it's that Google money, boys. She's getting paid so much, bro.
Till Stadia completely goes under.
Yeah,
Bro.
It's like the money, job security, like,
Bro, look. She already knows that, hey, look, right? Listen, here's what I think she's doing, right? And this, I mean this with no disrespect, because I would do the same thing, right? She is out here with the finesse, okay? She already knows that if she really wanted to come back to Santa Monica, they would let her back. Are you kidding me? She flipped that studio that came after Ascension to that canceled sci-fi game that they were doing that was already 3 years in development, and she turned that ship around to make War 2018, right? Of course, not just her, but she was a part of that core team that did that, right? So maybe she's thinking, man, okay, I just got this offer, right? I just shipped God of War 2018. We already know Cory Barlog has got it all good, right? Like he is gonna make sure that the sequel is gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be kumbaya, right? So she gets this offer from Google Stadia. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just finesse this bag over there, right? Let me at least try, right?
I feel like it was less of an offer and more of a plea. They're just like,
Pretty
please,
much, yeah.
Like, we're dying over here.
So
we saw what you did with God of War.
Exactly.
Like she's a fixer. She likes to go to places and fix it. Like, she likes, okay, this place looks like they're having some trouble. I'll handle this,
Yeah.
Like maybe she can. Maybe she can do something for Stadia,
Maybe, yeah. But just in case she doesn't, She is still guaranteed that bag, and she can go back to Sony with a lot more of bags on her back.
And get more bag.
Absolutely. And then get more bag of God of War 2 or God of War 3.
That's true.
I see no error in this. Now, do I? Yeah. It is. I guess it's bad optically to go to Stadia, considering.
Yeah.
It's.
I feel like Stadia. I feel like by the end of this year, Stadia won't be a thing. Like by the end of 2020.
Do we want to take a bet?
I think it'll die.
Do we want to take a bet on that?
I'm down to take a bet. What are we betting?
I'll bet you a full game.
Okay. All right.
I was
2020. By the end of 2020,
I was gonna say
they will have announced that that they are gonna be ending Stadia. They're not gonna say it's like completely like dead by the end of 2020, but before 2020 is over, they will say that it is ending at some point.
Dang,
Okay.
The bet is real.
I'll say it's official. I'll say they make a similar statement by the end of 2021. I'm gonna give them another year. I think with next gen,
so we're both betting on them dying.
Yeah. Oh no,
Just at
100%.
different
No,
times.
they're definitely not gonna live. But like, I feel like with next gen, there's gonna be a lot of like new IPs popping up that maybe they could finesse off of, and maybe cross progression and cross save, could help alleviate them.
Check
But
this
we'll
out.
see.
The reason why I'm saying by the end of this year, Project xCloud is probably going to drop this year.
That's true.
Once xCloud comes out, Stadia is pointless. There's not going to be a reason for Stadia.
I'm with Kevin though. I think they have another year. I think they've
year.
invested way too much money into this for it to just sink after 1 year. They've got way too many developers and stuff making like games for them and shit. Like I don't know.
They promised like 100 exclusives, and they haven't even put out but like 2.
Well, exactly, but they're still funneling money into somebody making these games that nobody's heard of yet. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
At the same time, Google has unlimited money. Let's be honest.
Google has unlimited money, but Google also has a track record for starting projects and not finishing them. Like they throw money at something just to see if it works, and if it doesn't, they just fucking drop it. Like they don't care.
I mean, they got so much money, it probably doesn't even hurt.
Oh, facts.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yo.
I just feel like they don't have the heart for this. Like they just don't care. There was something they were like, hey,
there's no stake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no stake, and it's like I think they saw the gaming industry and wanted in on it, but didn't understand what it took to be in this. Like you gotta double down. You can't
you
just
gotta have names.
Yeah, like you can't just half-ass this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how I feel about it. But moving on.
Yeah.
We got Taj segment. Taj.
Money.
You want to read the
That should happen every time the Taj segment happens. Just Taj. Money.
You want to read the new actor onto the Uncharted movie, sir?
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
Let's go into it.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
let's not mess this up this time.
Oh man.
We have an update on the Uncharted movie for the billionth time.
Mm-hmm.
Given that the film is due to begin shooting very soon, we were expecting to hear more news soon. Why do I keep doing that? All right. Lo and behold, Variety is reporting a brand new cast member as well as the 7th confirmed director of the project. Most notably, Antonio
Banderas.
is joining Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg in the adaptation. Although his role is currently unknown, he recently received an Oscar nomination for his part in Pain and Glory, which I did not see, and is of course a very well-known actor in countless films. If we were to hazard a guess, we'd say he'll be playing the antagonist, but who knows? As well as Banderas.
He's Puss in Boots, right? Antonio Banderas is Puss in Boots, right?
Yeah.
I'm not big on watching movies.
Oh
or
my
anything, so I don't
God.
know a lot of actors.
Oh my god. I've
I don't
never.
know.
You're like
Oh my
the
god.
connection.
I never realized that. No way. Listen, I hate.
He's also the dad in Spy Kids, dude.
Yeah, he's the dad.
Yeah, I do. I do remember that. I hate Shrek with a passion, but I do like Puss in Boots. You may carry on, Taj.
All right, let me go back.
Shrek is trash. Let me just say that
Whoa,
twice.
dude.
Dang, that's strong
We're gonna have
words.
to revisit that here in a second.
Garbage.
But Ruben Fleischer will be directing the exclusive flick. He's probably best known for directing films such as Venom and Zombieland, which is fire. Zombieland's fire.
Zombieland's good.
Zombieland
is
is so
fire.
good.
Zombieland's good.
Venom, though.
Venom is some but I digress.
So it seems he has no he's no stranger to a mixed action and comedy. from Zombieland. Fire again.
Zombieland, that's
It
fine.
seems-
Was
things
Zombieland
could
2
finally-
good? I never watched Zombieland 2.
Yeah,
I
it was
haven't
good.
seen that.
Did
I
not
haven't
see it
seen
yet.
that.
Did not see it.
It seems things
I've
could
heard good
finally
things
come
about it.
together for the Uncharted film, which has been spinning its wheels for years and years. According to Holland, who will play young Nathan Drake, the script is a winner. So hopefully we'll be more intrigued.
I don't believe that.
In March. I think he's just talking it up.
He's definitely talking it up. He's definitely
He's like,
hyping it
please
up.
go watch this movie.
He's definitely hyping it up.
He's
Which,
that
I
bad.
mean, he has to, right? I understand that, but definitely hyping
Yeah.
it up. Likely, I feel like this guy, not just this guy, let me just not discredit him. Wow. Antonio Banderas. I assume he'll be playing the villain. I feel like he definitely seems like Uncharted villain vibes. You know?
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. And considering that this movie is, you know, portraying a young Nathan Drake, taking place, you know, in one of my home countries, Colombia, and considering Antonio Banderas is a Hispanic, I'm assuming that he will fill in that Colombian antagonist. It all makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here.
Tell me if I'm wrong here,
Mhm.
but for some reason, I'm just getting this mad Pirates of the Caribbean vibe from this movie.
Yes,
Like-
dude. I'm feeling that.
Like, I don't
Big
know
time.
why.
Lots of A-list celebrities and like fucking, you know,
Just the
campy
where it's going to be
vibe,
at.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm actually way
Do you
more
think it'd be
hyped about
better
The
if they
Last
use
of Us TV
low-key?
show.
If they use
What
like
is it?
low key actors.
I thought it'd be better there if they use low-key
I would
actors,
rather
too.
that.
I would have
Yeah.
rather that too. Give me some unknown faces, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you look at the
somebody-
2 Tomb Raider movies back to back. You got like Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider, and then the new Tomb Raider with like the unknown people. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe that's a bad example.
yeah, that was a
but
really bad example. Both of those suck ass.
they're both really bad. Yeah. Sorry. Terrible example.
So you got like this really bad one, and then like the new one was just even worse. So we should do
I guess
that.
my point is they're both like equally bad, but one has a bunch of celebrities. I don't know where I was going with that.
You know what's weird? The actress that plays Laura Croft in the new Tomb Raider, she's gonna be in the Monster Hunter movie,
Oh, God.
and it's like,
That's a good sign.
and it's like, wait, y'all really couldn't find anyone else?
Why?
No,
are you
no,
doing
the-
these
the-
game movies right now, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
man.
Monster Hunter movie has Mia Jovovich in it.
is
The
that
chick
who
from the Resident Evil movies.
She's the chick from the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, did I get them mixed up? I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I was about to say that other chick.
sorry.
I think
I thought
she just.
I thought it was her too. You know what? Let me stop.
It's just as bad.
Yeah, it's just as
honestly.
bad. No difference.
I put
Yeah.
the other link here involving the Tribe movie, and it's just them. Oh, actually, no. This was actually Herman Hulst talking. I'm sorry. This was in the same interview that he relayed the news that we'll be getting Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. He just had some words to say about the movie when he was asked about it. He said very excited, and then quote, "We're very excited. The Uncharted film starts shooting this month with Columbia Pictures. It's got a great cast: Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and recently announced Antonio Banderas. It's going to be a really fun movie. It will help reach audiences who maybe haven't heard of the Uncharted series before." So
and ruin the experience for them.
also that,
Possibly, most likely.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, yes, I don't want this. But yes, I am still going to be there day one and probably crack. Listen,
You'd
if
be dressed up like in
if the
cosplay
movie-
at the theater.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
wait,
stop.
actually, guys, you know what? Actually, hold on. Actually, one Halloween, I think it was 18 or 19. I did do a Nathan Drake costume,
Dude.
and I do still have it in the closet. Don't make me whip it out because I will. I do.
Bro,
I do
you
have it.
gotta whip it out.
Bro,
Like,
You got to.
I
You
got
need
the
like a blue Henley.
You know
right?
what?
And then like,
You gotta whip it out.
pause.
next time you stream The Last of Us, you need to wear that shit while you're streaming, dude. Like,
got him. Taja got him. I had a big pause moment
You
last
gotta
week,
whip
but
it
I
out,
got him, bro. I freaking got you,
You
bro.
gotta whip it out. Man, that was kind of.
LMAO. You know what? Maybe someday I'll whip out the old Nathan Drake. I even
you
got the
should just
ring
wear
too.
it on the
I even have
episode
the
and not
ring.
tell us you're wearing it.
Guys, I had the ring. I had the gun holster, like shoulder holster thing, bro. It was a very
oh,
well
that's
done.
fresh.
Yeah, I look.
Yeah, you'll get
I-
censored on YouTube for that.
Yeah, right. I
Naughty Dog will sue you, dude.
I-
Or
I-
no, that's Ellen Page.
I did go with a more Uncharted 4 look as opposed to like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. I did go with a more Uncharted 4, a more like current look. because I like that look. But I digress.
The khakis and the blue shirt.
Yeah, khakis and blue shirt. Yeah, absolutely. But lastly here, dang, the last topic. Look at that. Just flew by. Huh? While we've been talking about, the Uncharted movie, the Last of Us series, PlayStation Productions say that they have a lot more adaptations in the pipeline as well.
Sir.
So
good.
I guess I just want to spitball, like, what would we like to see? Like, what would we
I think
actually
we've all
want to see?
kind of unanimously said God of War earlier. You know what I mean?
Ratchet
So
and
I
Clank
think
little kid TV show. I'll take that.
I would like a Ratchet and Clank TV show.
Cartoon Network. I watched it all day.
I think
That'd be dope.
that could go very well. I think that's an easy W. Ratchet and Clank TV
it
show.
also makes sense to hit different demographics like
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Hear me out on this.
Even though it was crude, put him on Adult Swim. Put Ratchet
Yeah.
on Adult Swim.
Check this. Twisted Metal anime.
Yo, low key, you just spit, bro.
I haven't.
Telling me, bro.
I'm unfamiliar.
Twisted.
I know of Twisted Metal. I haven't played or seen anything about Twisted
I
Metal.
played the OGs on PS1.
I do like My Hero Academia. That's my only anime that I'm into. So Taj, what? Taj, what? What Taj, what? You got?
He's saying
there's
get on
something
that
saying with
Hunter
bro?
Hunter, bro.
You
He's
know what?
saying
I'm
you need to get on that Hunter Hunter.
Anime. I just heard. Whenever somebody says their only anime,
It is my only anime.
it has to be Dragon Ball though. Like what? Dragon
Oh
Ball's
my god!
If you're gonna
Oh
claim
my
just choose
god!
the
I
anime,
can't
it's
take this,
supposed to be
man.
Dragon Ball.
I
I watch
swear,
anime,
bro.
but never seen Dragon Ball. Like who? Like what?
I didn't grow up with anime.
I didn't either. That's the entry point. Dragon Ball should be your entry.
My Hero is a great entry point. I love it. It's great.
What's my hero?
bro, Death Note is the entry point.
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah. The guy with the green Deku.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that show looks lit. I like the
It's
art style.
dope.
I
It's
might check
dope.
it out.
No, it's a really good show. I like it a lot.
I'm watching it. What's it called?
My Hero Academia. I love it.
Bet.
It's so good. I love it.
The
But,
only reason I haven't watched that show is because I don't like the title. It reminds me of Macadamia.
I was just gonna say that, dude. I hate macadamia nuts.
I
bro.
hate Macadamia nuts.
Can't do it.
I don't know if I would want a Last of not Last of Us. A God of War series or a God of War movie. I think God of War series would go better.
Series.
Yeah, I think
Definitely a series.
Yeah.
You
Bro,
can make
no
that
movies.
sick.
I don't need the no. After that,
I want
Well,
a Spider-Man game
no,
that's
no
like
more.
set in the Spider-Man show that's like set in the Spider-Man world from the game. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I
I think,
could.
wouldn't mind
they'll mess with. They would throw off Tom Holland Spider-Man though.
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah,
they
totally.
are doing like a. I mean, they
What
could
if
just
it's
do like a
animated?
Spyverse
Spider-Man
type
was the
deal.
best Spider-Man we ever gotten any adaptation ever.
Bro, yeah, Spider-Verse was so good.
Spyverse is dope.
I'm ready for the sequel, dude.
That's so am I.
They've announced it and stuff.
I think it's like 2022. Or maybe 20. Is it 2023? Damn,
That's so long.
That's so far. That's so far. I'm trying to think of. I think a Bloodborne horror movie could be interesting.
Huh.
That would be tight.
I-
I don't think
No,
it couldn't be
maybe.
horror though. I don't
It
think
can't be
that'd
horror?
work.
No?
No.
Okay.
Like a dark action movie.
that would
like
definitely
Van
be-
Helsing or something. You could do.
That would definitely be an anime.
Ooh, I know a good
Bloodborne
one.
would be an anime.
I would like to see Detroit Become Human. Become something.
Oh yeah,
I think
that
that
could
could
be really
work.
cool.
That could
They
work.
could get the actor,
Yeah.
the one that played the
that
dude.
would work.
Yeah, he looks
perfectly,
just like
Yeah.
him.
It's literally
It's literally them.
yo.
That would work.
Yeah.
That would
That
be fire.
that
Same cast, dude. That would be
that one
sick.
could work. Absolutely. That one could work. I would.
You could
know,
do it like a choose your own thing, like Netflix has been doing lately. So it's like the game kind of where you like make your own decisions and shit.
Oh, that'd be pretty.
this
sick.
motherfucker, bro. He did it. Wow. I would.
Did
Guys'
it.
ideas. Like you never know who's watching this.
I would. I would love to see in the same ilk
TM.
of Ratchet and Clank getting a TV show. I would love to see Jack and Daxter get revived.
Yeah, those could be fun.
I don't know
like,
if it
kids
actually
shows.
would.
I think Naughty Dog.
They won't.
They said they're matured.
I-
I don't think they're everyone.
I know
they're
they
gonna
won't.
pass.
I know they
Yeah.
won't, but I think
Look
it'd
at
be
Last
cool.
of Us 2, bro. That
Yeah,
thing's gritty. I don't think they're ever going.
I know they won't, but I think.
Yeah.
that
Dude,
could
a
be
live action
interesting.
Horizon Zero Dawn could be really cool too.
Okay, what do I want that to be? Honestly, I think that could be an animated series.
Or it could be like one of those weird CG things
thinking-
that just like everybody's like, what?
Like
I want it like
Clone Wars
live
type?
action with like really high quality like CG robot dinosaur things. Like
Yeah.
I want those to just look super hyper realistic. Like fucking, I think that would be cool.
Death
You can like
Stranding
hear the
movie.
machine parts move in when they're like,
That'd be
you
dope.
know.
A what? A what movie?
Death Stranding can work as a movie. I feel like.
Oh, bro. Okay, what do I want from Death?
Death Stranding for sure.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
a-
Death Stranding. Yeah.
And that's another one. You just get Norman Reedus, and like you'd have the perfect like person, you know.
As a movie that works, like of course there's a lot of walking, but in movie form that could like chop down. It'll be more intense with the BTs and everything.
Yeah,
it'll be pretty.
That'd be dope.
Watching it would definitely be super intense. Like,
I would actually want Death Stranding to be a movie. I think that'd be one that I would actually want to be a movie. Yeah. I don't think you can make a Death Stranding series. I mean, maybe you could, but
you could.
You have to find a way to keep people latched in.
You have to do a lot. You know,
that's the thing though. What's his name? The Kojima has been saying he wants to get into film and TV shows and stuff like that. Like that would be his perfect entry right there.
It's true. It's true. But that wraps up all the topics. We do have, of course, the last segment. Answer this question with us, of course, as well. Question of the week. Now, last week, the beloved PlayStation 2 turned 20 years old. So I wanted to talk about what's some of your favorite PS2 games. I have a few favorite PS2 games. We can start with Brent, Jamal, or Taj, whoever wants to take the floor. What are some fond memories or great games you've had with the beloved PlayStation 2, highest selling home console of all time with 160 million or 150 million consoles sold? Was a very, very successful console for PlayStation, the highest selling home console of all time.
The greatest selling DVD player of all time.
Also, that
I always think about like fucking like Grand Theft Auto 3. Like I always think about like the first time I saw somebody playing Grand Theft Auto 3 and how much it like just completely like blew my whole mind. Like it was just incredible. Like I had never seen so much like freedom in a game, and like he just hopped in the guy's car and like drove off down the road. It was just like, whoa, like I can't believe like I'm watching somebody play this right now. Like it was cool.
I see.
I would have to go with Ratchet and Clank, the first four, you know what I'm saying? The original PS2 ones.
Yeah.
And then GTA San Andreas is up there, of course. We got Max Payne 1 and 2.
Oh man.
We got the Bully. There's a lot of stuff.
Nice.
Bully's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd have to say a mix between San Andreas and Metal Gear Solid 2, probably.
Bro, and you can't forget our free game this month, fucking Shadow of the Colossus, dude.
Yep.
Ooh,
started on PS2.
that's
Absolutely.
right there.
Yep. For me, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the OG Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That was all Xbox for me at the time, so.
God, I was obsessed with that game. Obsessed.
It was a good game.
So
that was one
good.
you could sit with your friends and all play together, and it was just
fun.
so much fun.
So fun.
It was back before you needed online. Like you could just play against bots and still
great.
have a fucking dope ass time.
It was so great. It was so ahead of its time. You know what I'm saying? Another one for me, Need for Speed Underground 2.
Ooh, good call.
Oh my god. The soundtrack on that game was just incredible.
I think we talked about this before, but bum bum bum.
Dude, yeah. The car customization and shit. It was so good, dude.
I love because if any viewers didn't know, my like first like game that I loved was Need for Speed. I loved racing games. Like growing up, that was my thing. Like I nonstop would play. It was Need for Speed, it was Battlefront 2, and it was Guitar Hero. Which I'm shocked they even bring up Guitar Hero, but yeah, Guitar Hero, as well.
Oh man.
On the PlayStation 2, I believe it was Guitar Hero 3 or Guitar Hero 2. I think it was Guitar Hero 2.
They were both on PlayStation 3, I think.
No,
right?
3 came out on 360 and like PS3.
You're right.
PS2 was Guitar Hero 2.
Yes.
With the
No,
red
I'm
guitar.
talking about 3.
Was my song, bro. Let's talk more rock.
Fire.
It's also back then, I feel like they were better about music being like, the soundtracks on games were so good, like the licensed soundtracks, because they'd have like a crazy mix of like rock music and like the best hip hop you could find, and like it just like everything was mixed
it's like
into
the Tony
one
Hawk
thing.
games, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Tony Hawk music was so good. I don't
so
know
good
and stuff, but I loved all their hip hop in there.
Like Tony Hawk Underground, dude. Oh man, that was the jam.
Thug 1 is the best one.
Oh, dude, yes.
The only Tony Hawk game I played was on
PC.
The only Tony Hawk game I played was on DS.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Out of here.
What, American Wasteland?
Dang, it's a great.
Hold up.
Bro,
We
I
would
would
have to cancel the
This is
show.
sad,
No.
yeah.
Bro, I'm sorry. I
Bro,
wasn't into
what?
skating, bro. I wasn't into
Look,
skating.
first
bro.
you were like, "Oh, I never played Pokemon." That's fine.
was an
I get
era,
that.
bro.
But you've never. The only Tony Hawk you ever played was on the DS,
Listen,
bro.
here's the thing also, right? Like growing up, my parents like didn't really like what's what I'm looking for? Like support my love for gaming. You dig what
They
I'm
didn't
saying?
like skaters.
So
That's what-
Yeah.
they would like buy me like maybe a game or two literally a year. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Oh!
Like that's
Ouch.
how I grew up. So it was more of like because like actually to get even more into it, what reminds me of PS2 the most, right, is the knowledge of I can only play games on the weekends. If it was a school night, I was not allowed to play at all.
Why did they even get you
Bro,
PS2?
the
Are you only
oppression.
child?
No, I had I had 3 of the siblings, but I was one that played the most. Yeah.
But did you have friends? Like, did
Yeah.
you go to friends' houses
Yeah.
and play their games?
Yeah.
See, that's how you get away with it.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
the workaround.
Was that what you like? That's how you got through with it?
Sometimes like I mean when I was able to go to other people's friends' houses,
Time Splitters. Don't forget about
Time Splitters.
I wish I
bro.
played Time Splitters, bro. I heard
Time
some
Splitters
good
2
things.
was the absolute shit. The best
The map
fucking
creation
game.
I thought was so next level. Like I thought that was so cool.
Dude, in the
So
co-op,
good.
the co-op was all that mattered, bro. Like,
Looking back at it, it didn't age well. I used to think that game was
no.
It looks like some 2D.
They're making a new one though, apparently.
Yeah.
Like THQ or THQ. What is it?
THQ
It's not
Nordic.
Nordic.
Bro, the
THQ Nordic.
Nickelodeon mashup game with Jimmy Neutron, SpongeBob, Danny Phantom,
What was that called? It was like Nick.
Nick Unite. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Nick Unite,
bro,
yeah.
that
was a tight
game too.
Battle for Bikini Bottom,
I
bro.
was just about to say, what about the
Simpsons
Simpsons Hit and Run, dude?
Fire. The skateboard game they had?
No, that was the.
No, I'm saying
wait.
I played the skateboard game as well. Like
Oh, okay, yeah. The skateboard game was tight too. There was so
Yeah.
many skateboard games back then. Like they even had the Rocket Power game
That
on
was
PlayStation.
PS1, dude. Yeah. Oh man,
What
that's a
else on
classic.
Yo, I played the Ed and Eddie Misadventures. Oh my god, Cartoon Network games, fire. Cartoon Network.
They were fire, dude. Did y'all play Dragon Ball Z Sagas?
No, Budokai
Oh
1
my.
and 2.
Dude, I played
Bro,
Budokai.
We need to
Like,
bring back Cartoon Network making games. I would support every.
You know what's actually really funny about Cartoon Network actually? Growing up for me,
What?
I wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network.
what the
What?
fuck, dude? We're gonna have to go back in time and fix your childhood, bro.
Yo, he left telling me, yo.
They left.
Bro, I wasn't allowed to, but I watched
Look,
a
dude.
lot of the shows at my cousin's house, so I was able to watch like
Look.
Fairly Odd. No, sorry, no. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Yeah. So I still know, and then Nettie as well. So like I know of those shows. I was just not allowed to watch it at
There's a
home.
monkey.
Yeah.
You see that one? Oh my god, bro. I love
Bro,
that
like I
network
feel like
so
we need to
much.
go back in time and save you. Like
I
we
just need to
gotta
fix my
find the
gaming
time
job.
portal.
Yeah, I mean,
My
because
mom tried to do that same shit to me. My mom tried to do that, but I went through this thing where I was like, look, I'm not gonna turn out as great as you think I'm gonna turn out. Just let me fucking watch this shit. Let me play my games. You know, eventually it got to the point where I just had to sneak around and do shit. You know, like my mom tried to do that
This man
same
calling
thing.
the popos!
Yeah.
He calling the-
God, wait, it was an accident. I was trying to hang up a phone call and then started doing that like emergency call. But yeah, so I mean, long story short, my parents were very strict on me and the siblings. So that's
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
that,
I feel
that
for
explains
you.
it. Yeah, but I guess we'll call it episode 8 right there. I thought it was a very good show. I feel we all had
Yeah, it was a
a
good
lot of good
show.
laughs. You know what I'm saying, Taj, if you'd like to, let the people know where they can find you.
Hey, find this goofy little man right here on YouTube, Tajae, you know what I'm saying? Tajae. Twitter, Tajae Moment, you know what I'm saying? And then also make sure you check out my boys over here. You know, they'll lace you up right. No,
Yeah. All right, we're about to lace y'all up. Me, Jamal, Brent over here. Find Game Speak Podcast. You know, there's a space in between each word. Game Speak Podcast on any podcast platform, directory, whatever. Also, our website, createforsanity.com. Also, show me some love on Twitter because I'm still trying to figure out Twitter. I need help over there, guys.
Bro,
Like,
his links are in the description. my
yeah,
people.
y'all follow me on Twitter and tell me what I need to post because I just suck at Twitter, dude. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just post random shit until something pops off, until someone's like, Good
I
job.
didn't figure Twitter out until I've had Twitter since 2015, and I didn't figure it out until just now.
Until just
That's real.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, bro. The Twitter stuff, it takes.
it's a tough cookie
It
to
is.
crack. I don't know if that's even a saying. I just made that up, but
It's a tough cookie. It's like a raisin cookie.
yeah, it's like a raisin cookie.
Wait a minute. Before we exit, before I say my outros, bro, actually it reminded me. So I was watching Taj's stream. Of course, check out Taj's channel. Link in the description. I don't think raisin cookies deserve that much slander that you were giving it, right? I'm gonna just put it out.
They are tough though.
Bro,
Stop.
Bro, raisin cookies are
this.
deceptive.
Bro,
What is wrong with you people?
Horrible
Stop this,
fucking
bro.
It's like you're eating cookie. Raisin.
Look, bro.
What's wrong with the
Fake
raisin?
chocolate
bro?
chip cookie, dude. Like,
Yo, raisin
What the
cookies
flip?
impossible.
Y'all are wildin', bro. Y'all, y'all
Kevin.
have too much hate those raisins.
Raisin.
What?
Kevin, we
what's
know
that?
that you were kept under the staircase
Oh my
as a child.
God, bro, I can't believe this,
You probably
bro.
ate Brussels sprouts too.
No, I didn't eat Brussels sprouts, bro.
Hey,
I
lima
did.
beans.
Wait, hold up. So,
Lima beans.
do you just not like? Well, I mean, like we talking food. I had hella Dominican food, hella Colombian food growing up. I had great food overall growing up, if I say so myself. You know what I'm saying?
just kale.
I had some very good. I had some very good ethnic
Casseroles.
food. You know what I'm saying? Casserole. What am I white, bro? What the flip? What is this?
You over there eating pea soup, bro?
Bro, I was over here with the arroz con gandules, bro, with the tostones, even with the penin.
I
Yo,
don't
I
know
had
what that
plenty.
is, but that
I had
sounds
plenty
really
of.
good.
I had some mango. You know what I'm saying? Salchichon. I had plenty of
You
good
know what
stuff.
I ate growing up?
What's up?
I kid you not. Fried chicken, Kool-Aid.
Mm.
Ah,
Gang
it always
shit.
smack every time.
Love to
Fried
see
chicken,
Your
it.
parents were
Kool-Aid.
like,
to see
"Hey,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna love this."
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
I was on that bologna and cheese, bro.
Oh.
Bologna and cheese.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Doritos,
Hate to
CC's
see
pizza.
CC's pizza,
Oof.
that ramen, bro. I was all about the trash food growing up.
Same here.
But
Bro, them little Debbie snacks, the older you get, the worse they taste. Bro.
Oh yeah,
I
So
bet.
true.
Honey Buzz, ass pack.
Mm-mm.
Cosmic brownies, trash.
Mm. Mm-mm.
I used to
Strawberry
love
shit,
cosmic brownies when I was a
low-key
kid.
kind of fire Still. Ass. Nah, I'm playing. That's a-
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a PlayStation podcast, not a food podcast. But shout out to PlayStation podcast save slot. If you all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the podcast. That was, of course, rate us
Oh,
on your
PlayStation fruit snacks. We need those.
bet.
They'll be fire.
Bet.
God of War be like the Scooby Doo. You'll have like Boma. I'm gonna say Boma. You'll have like Ratchet being the Velma, right? What's an iconic vehicle in the PlayStation franchise?
the Sweet Tooth vehicle
yeah,
from
Sweet-
Twisted
yeah,
Metal.
That could be like the mini, like what's the van called?
The mystery
Mystery
machine.
Machine.
The mystery machine. Bro, PlayStation hired me.
You're hired.
Of course, you can check out all of our links down below in the description, including the panels links, as well as, of course, the anchor link to get this podcast. Those are other long form content. That'd be, of course, Road to Part 2 and Road to Final Fantasy 7 Remake on podcast formats. That, of course, being Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, Spotify, other good stuff. Follow us down below on the anchor link, as well as our Twitter and Discord to join in on the conversation on all things PlayStation. So, thank you for watching, and as always,
Greatness awaits.
I was
I
like,
tried to come in with that harmony.
love to see it. All right.
Yo, if I got a bit hyper at the end, I'm sorry, but
Oh, you're
Hey.
good, man.
That's how the show goes,
It
bro.
keeps the energy alive.
Absolutely. And
the way that threw out.
later, guys.
Later, man.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Peace, you guys.